Hi boys and girls, welcome to my YouTube channel. In today's class, we are going to discuss about the flow of control statements. The flow of control statements. I'm sure in the previous classes we discussed about language translators now. In C programming, there are three language translators, that is the compiler, the interpreter, and the assembler. What is the role of these language translators? Sipana. Language translators are programs which are responsible for converting a high-level programming language into the machine code. Okay, C programming language is a high-level programming language. Okay, it means what? It can be understood by human beings. What about the machine? The machine does not understand the C program. Okay, so we are going to use the language translators to convert the high-level programming language into what? Into the machine code so that it can understand. Now we would like to focus on the execution of the statements in the program. So let's say you have a program and you have written many statements in the program or a few statements in the program. Suppose this is my program. Okay, suppose this is my program. I want to print all these statements. Okay, so how the compiler is going to move through this program? Okay, how the compiler is going to navigate through the what? Through the program. It is going to execute the statements sequential. It is going to execute the statements sequential. What is the meaning of this? It is going to print this statement first, followed by this statement, and it is going to print this statement at the last. Okay, it is going to visit only one statement at a time. It is going to visit only one statement at a time. Suppose you want to print a few statements in this program. Okay, you want to print, maybe you want to skip these two statements. You want to skip this statement, this statement, this statement, and this statement. You don't like the compiler to print these two statements. What are you supposed to do? We are going to achieve this with the help of the branching statements. We are going to achieve this with the help of the what? With the help of the branching statements. So we have two types of branching statements. We have what we call conditional branching statements. We also have what we call unconditional branching statements. See, these branching statements are also called selection statements. The branching statements are also called selection statements. I want to skip a few lines. It means you are supposed to select the lines that you want to print, and you are supposed to select the statements that you don't like to print. That's why I am saying branching statements are also called selection statements. There are two types of selection statements. We have conditional selection statements. We also have unconditional selection statements. So the conditional statements are further divided into four. We have what we call the simple if statement. We also have what we call the if-else statement. Nested if statement, Erika. The switch statement, Erika. Okay, so these are the conditional statements that we have in C programming. What about the unconditional statements? See, these unconditional statements are also called jump statements. Okay, the unconditional statements are also called jump statements. We have the break statement, we have the continue statement, we also have the go to statement. We are going to discuss how to use these statements in a C program. We also have what we call the loop statements. Loop statements are used for what? They are also called what? They are also called iteration statements. Loop statements are also called iteration statements. We have what we call the for loop. We have what we call the while loop. We also have what we call the do while loop. These loops are used especially when you want to execute the same statements more than once. Okay, let's say you want to print the statement I am here. Okay, you want to print the statement I am here 5 times. Instead of writing printf I am here, printf I am here, printf I am here, printf I am here, printf I am here. You can just write only one statement, printf I am here. But what are you supposed to do? You are supposed to put this statement in a what? You are supposed to put this statement in a loop. And you should tell the compiler how many times the statement I am here should be printed. Okay, I want to execute the same statement for a number of times. For example, I want to print I am here. I want to print I am here 5 times. How are we going to print this statement 5 times? You can use a for loop, you can use a while loop, you can use a do while loop. Okay, if you use a for loop, it means you are supposed to write the statement printf I am here in the for loop. You are supposed to write it only once and tell the compiler how many times this for loop should be iterated. Okay. This is the advantage of using loops. If you don't like to use the loop, you see, you just write printf I am here, printf I am here, printf I am here, printf I am here, printf I am here. So this is all about the control statements. Now we should discuss these control statements into detail. So what is this? A C program executes all statements sequentially without skipping any statements. It is possible to skip other statements in some cases. How? We are going to skip these statements with the help of what? With the help of branching and looping statements. See, branching statements are further divided into two, that is conditional and unconditional statements. There are 4 conditional statements, that is the simple if statement, if else statement, nested if statement, the switch statement. The unconditional statements are the break statement, continue statement, and go to statement. These unconditional statements are also called jump statements. The loop statements are, we have the for loop, while loop, do while loop. Okay, these loop statements are also called iteration statements. The loops are used especially when you want to execute the statements more than once. Okay, so now I'm going to demonstrate, I'm going to show you now how to use the simple if, how to go to use the if else statement, the nested if, the switch case. We are also going to write programs.